On behalf of the government of Uganda and on my own behalf, allow me to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed business community. This summit demonstrates Uganda's commitment to private sector development and a renewed focus to increase the promotion of Uganda's abundant investment potential. Additionally, it strengthens the partnership between the Uganda business community and foreign investors. The business community and investors of the East African member states should seize this opportunity to collaborate with foreign investors in order to optimize value addition, expand partnerships that enhance technology, skills transfer, financing, promote standards, and further deepen access to the global market. Our philosophy is to provide a one-stop center to investors across all government services, ease the government business environment, and reduce the cost of doing business in Uganda. This service is available at Uganda Investment Authority. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are discussing a very topical subject, the future of East African regional trade and investment relations with the NAM and G77 plus China member states. Trade and investment are the bedrock for economic relations between economies, and thus a strong foundation for mutual prosperity. It is this tool that enables countries to create wealth and thus drive development. In his treatise entitled The Wealth of Nations, Adam Smith emphasized the importance of specialization and exchange. Exchange is mutually beneficial, and this is well demonstrated by the double thank you at the marketplace. Often, when we conclude an exchange of goods and services, both parties say, "Thank you." That's symbolic of the mutual benefit, cooperation and interdependency that trade creates. We genuinely thank each other for having made each of us better off. We must work harder to harness trade and investment among Africans and our close allies. The African continent is full of natural resources which offer the potential for prosperity. With technology and innovation, these resources should be used to produce high-value goods that we are currently importing from the Western countries and the Far East. This would also increase intra-Africa trade from 14.4% of total African exports to at least 50%, thus transforming the lives of our populations at a much faster pace. Ladies and gentlemen, with support from our comrades in the non-aligned member states, this transformation is within our reach. In the early 1990s, South-South trade surpassed North-North trade for the first time. And today, 35% of global trade is accounted for by the South-South merchandise trade, and just 25% by North-North. South-South trade has enabled technology transfer and therefore transforming the manufacturing landscape in Africa. Why invest in Uganda? Ladies and gentlemen, coming home, Uganda's $50 billion economy enjoys market linkages within the $305 billion East African Community economy, the fastest growing and most diversified economic bloc on the African continent. Secondly, Uganda is centrally located, providing access to the regional markets of the East African Community, the Common Market of the East and Southern Africa, COMESA, and the Africa Continental Free Trade Area with over 55 member states. The African Continental Free Trade Area created a market of 1.4 billion consumers, making it an ideal partner for trade and investment. Therefore, the agreement on the African Continental Free Trade Area will increase trade among Africans by about 33% and boost investment in Africa. Although starting from a very low base, Uganda has maintained a relatively stable and robust economic growth rate over the years, and at an average of about 6.2% in the past 37 years. Uganda's GDP per capita now stands at $1,100. That is fast rising and thus promising a sustainable market for local production and fast-moving consumer goods and services, making the country highly rewarding for foreign direct investment. On account of prudent macroeconomic management, Uganda continues to enjoy a stable macroeconomic environment characterized by low inflation, now at 2.6%, stable currency, and high sustained growth. Uganda's economic outlook is very optimistic. This is mainly because of the consistent support to the private sector through supportive policies that create a business-friendly environment. Uganda is part of the East African Community, which has a population of over 300 million, with a combined GDP of $305 billion. This offers a large market for exports within the region and a growing middle class. Uganda is a bilateral economy. Uganda is a liberal economy with open trade policies and a liberal investment regime, and all sectors are open for investment. The country allows free movement of exports and imports and free movement of capital with unrestricted transfer of dividends. High return on investment, for example, agribusinesses, unlike many other jurisdictions, is very profitable here, with an average return on investment of about 14%. Ladies and gentlemen, the current heavy investment in infrastructure is lowering the cost of doing business, especially in transportation and energy, and creating business competitiveness. Favorable middle-term economic growth prospects of at least 7% per annum, supported by infrastructure development, skilled labor force, and abundant natural resources. Uganda is a resource-rich country which provides a significant opportunity for exports and light manufacturing. This includes oil and gas with commercial production scheduled to start in 2025. Beryl, chromite, lead, lithium, silver, zinc, granite, feldspar,